At the beginning of the semester, I was most excited to read Ransom Riggs' Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I had heard a lot about this novel, and the chilling cover with the mysterious floating girl always intrigued me. I was looking forward to finally reading it. Although I was impressed with some of Riggs's choices in style and creativity, I found myself confused by the representation of women in the novel and the stereotypical gender roles being reinforced. I'll start with some of the things I enjoyed about the novel. First was Riggs's use of pictures. The old real-life pictures added to the strange and unexpected tone of the novel. The pictures also demonstrated a creative way of storytelling, using images of real people to guide imagination. I think Riggs's creative process also helped shape the unique premise of the book. The idea of characters with powers is very common in fantasy YA literature. However, Riggs was very fresh and inventive with the images he found. For example, Hugh has bees living inside of him, and Enoch has the ability to bring inanimate objects and even the dead back to life. I also found the situation with Miss Peregrine to be very intriguing. While it seems logical for the peculiar children to have a guardian, I never expected Miss Peregrine to be able to manipulate time and keep children safe in a repetitive loop in the 1940s. This demonstrates Riggs's creative world-building skills. The villain is also a reflection of this. There are many unique elements that build up the danger of the villainous creatures that the peculiars face. For one thing, the hologhasts are visible to all but Jacob. Secondly, once the hologhasts evolve from eating peculiars, they are able to shapeshift, making Dr. Golan's reveal more surprising. Another thing I admired about the novel was its central theme. Throughout the book, the protagonist, Jacob Portman, goes on a journey to find out the truth about his grandpa and the peculiar children he talked about. As the truth becomes clearer, Jacob also struggles with his identity. Starting with Emma, he is immediately compared to his grandpa Abe. However, by the end of the novel, Jacob realizes his own power and is able to protect the peculiar children in Miss Peregrine's place. The novel emphasizes the idea of knowledge and understanding as it relates to one's personal truth and identity. One thing that disappointed me about the novel was its depiction of female characters, especially Emma Bloom and Miss Peregrine. In her first introduction, Emma is presented as fiercely independent, powerful, and a little bit intimidating. However, her power is diminished as her character is reduced to a love interest for Jacob. With Jacob's arrival symbolizing Abe's death, I find it difficult that Emma would not be concerned or confused about her feelings for Jacob. Although Jacob is wary to reciprocate his feelings for Emma, Emma rushes into a relationship, and her feelings and attraction for Jacob consumes her character. And Jacob believes, "She was heartbroken for someone else, and I was merely a stand-in for my grandfather." This description makes it seem as though Emma is only looking for the next relationship. I also thought Emma's amazing power, the ability to produce fire from her hands, was diminished in the ending battle simply because the rain prevented her from making a flame. I was disappointed that she could not use her power to a full extent. Miss Peregrine's character also fell into female stereotypes. When Miss Peregrine explains her power to Jacob, she states, "Only women are born Imbrins, and thank heaven for that. Males lack the seriousness of temperament required of persons with such grave responsibilities. We Imbrins must scour the countryside for young peculiars in need, steer clear of those who would do us harm, and keep our wards fed, clothed, hidden, and steeped in the lore of our people." Although her character is given a specific and inventive power and a large responsibility, her use of that power falls into the gender stereotypes that women are supposed to be nurturing and take care of the children. The way Miss Peregrine defines her power also implies that men are incapable of possessing the right temperament to be nurturing, which is also not true. Overall, I think more could have been done to give female characters in the novel more agency to combat stereotypes, and giving women more independence does not have to take away from Jacob as the protagonist. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about the 2016 film adaptation of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Although it received an average audience score and many fans of the novel were upset by the changes made, I appreciated the film for offering a solution to some of the problems in the original novel. One interesting change was that Emma and Olive's powers were switched in the film. At first I thought this choice would make Emma a weaker character, as Olive was more a supporting character in the book. However, the switch gave both characters more opportunity to shine. Emma, without being restrained by the rain, was able to use her air powers in the battle against Baron in the Hallgast, and Olive was able to participate in the battle rather than staying at the house. Miss Peregrine also had more notable moments in the film. Rather than being kidnapped by Baron, she sacrifices herself in order to protect the children and goes with him willingly. Ransom Riggs, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, is an exciting and unique novel. Although I did not agree with this depiction of female characters, the film adaptation definitely shows what a promising story and world he has built, with an inventive premise and creative new characters to add to the world of YA literature. Thank you.